All right. So this is Adam, who was here from now. Adam I met about 3 months ago at Gat & Better. He was doing some marketing for them and then it just exploded. So Adam's an independent marketing person from Saber Digital. He helped them get out to the public with 3D printing, Jaycar Authorised reseller, and better products. So he does the better on the side of that. So I'll let Adam take over. He'll be here. When we get to the end of his presentation, then we can have some questions for Adam if anybody's got any questions. You okay? Yep. Again.
We'll ignore the 2:30 because obviously we're starting a bit early. So yeah, as Mark said, my name is Adam from Saber Digital Solutions and Sam, my offsider. Firstly, thank you for the opportunity to be able to address you guys today. And yeah, as we said, questions at the end of it. So yeah. So let's get straight into it. I'm going to start off with a couple of questions. On a daily basis, I want you to think how often do you actually use your devices, be it your phone, your tablets, whatever, but how often do you search for items or services or topics using using Google, Bing or Safari? Another question for yourself. Bit of a show of hands here. I'd like to find out how many of you would rather be paying for a staff member to be on your floor selling or to have them back of house doing your digital marketing. Show of hands, how many would rather have them on the floor? Okay, who would rather have them out and back doing their digital marketing? No, okay, interesting. My next question, how much time do you currently spend on your digital marketing, if any? And then I suppose, how much time do you think is enough to make it work for yourselves? Final question, by another show of hands, how many of you understand what digital marketing actually entails? That's good, there's a couple of us, yeah, sweet. All right, so time to break things down. So what is digital marketing? Now this is the actual professional term, but it's basically the process of promoting brands, products and services by connecting with potential customers through the internet and other digital channels. Now these can be such things as email, social media, websites and even mobile apps. Now it utilises a variety of tactics including search engine optimization, better known as SEO, content marketing and also paid advertising to build brand awareness, drive website traffic and achieve overall business goals. So, digital marketing. Seems pretty straightforward, hey? Or is it? Okay, another question for yourselves. Now, my understanding, retail stores here, is that correct? Yep, okay. So, I want you now to actually think of one of the best current selling items in your store, okay? And I want you to think of 5 key features or benefits of that item and engage me or encourage me to want to buy that item. Okay, can you think of those kind of things? Because here's the thing, I can't do your job. I don't know the products, I don't know the features, I don't know the benefits. Okay? I'm going to flip this on its head now. I now want you to think of the most effective keywords, content, delivery, message and method, so 5, to make a digital marketing campaign both successful and engaging. Can you guys do that? I know I can. So this puts us at a bit of an impasse, and it also gives us one very clear, obvious solution for both of us here. That is, stick to your lane. Okay, stick to your lane. We've all heard the saying, we've all heard it said to us, and we've seen examples of it. So when we're saying this, stick to your lane, we all know what happens when we actually try to move out of our lane. When we try to go into territory that we're not familiar with, that we don't know what we're doing, there's a few things that happen. One of them is that we actually make mistakes. One big thing is the amount of time we waste on it can be copious amounts. The other thing is you might create such a mess that you actually leave a huge problem for someone else to have to solve and fix. So the solution I'm proposing here today, let us effectively manage your digital marketing so you can free up the time to effectively manage your business. So, how can Saber Digital Solutions help your business? We have put together a digital marketing prospectus, which I believe, Mark, are they in
Yep.
folders? They're in your folders, and I believe you've also got a USB stick that actually outlines that. So the slides you'll see on here, you'll obviously see in your folders. But the purpose of the prospectus is basically, it's helping you to understand what we're trying to do, how we're going to do it, and obviously how we execute it. So Saber Digital Solutions understands the importance of a business to stand out, to be seen by both potential new customers as well as being remembered by existing customers. That's why we've created this prospectus for your business, and it aims to give a detailed overview of the content, platform and execution of a potential digital marketing campaign that we'd like to provide for yourselves. Now, as any part of marketing or anyone in marketing can tell you, brand identity is huge. So the real crux behind this particular campaign that we're offering you today will be based around the Jaycar Authorised Resellers. Okay? In saying that, it is not just exclusive Jaycar, because you're Jaycar Authorised Resellers as someone else. So what we'll be doing is we'll be taking a lot of care as far as things like utilising your logo in conjunction with the Jaycar logo. We have very strict guidelines that Jaycar's provided to us about the use of their logo, style guides, colours, how it should be seen, and I'm imagining the same is actually with your company's logo as well. So we take all these things on board when we look at creating content for the actual campaigns themselves. As far as digital platforms are concerned, the main platforms that we'll be looking at utilising for this digital campaign is across Facebook, Instagram and Google Business Listings. Now, if you don't have any of those, or all of those for that matter, we are more than happy to assist with the setup of those things. So we can see us later on if you need those. Okay, some mock-ups. As Mark mentioned, I've been working with Gap Better for quite so many years now. It was probably, started around about early year, we were talking about the Jaycar elements. So things took off, and then pretty much April, we ripped the band-aid and we started live with everything. These are just some examples of some mock-ups that we've actually made for them. As you can see, we've got examples here where it's actually product sales, we've actually got promotions. We actually had recently, this one here, this was actually a guess what's on the printer promo. Real successful for the region actually. This was in light of the Elegoo Neptune 4 coming out. We had a big release of 3D printers. So what we actually did was an end of 3 printer prize pack. Each week during the promo, we got people to actually guess what was on the printer. They'd come in the store, fill in an entry form, and then we did the draw, which is a lovely one here with Jody. So yeah. So they're just some examples of what we can do, and you'll notice once again the use of the actual logos for the company and also for the Jaycar Authorised Reseller. So, the next thing, Aaron's not here. Are you?
Do you want to get up there?
Yeah.
If you can, yeah. I was actually going to invite at this point Aaron, but Jody, if that's okay.
I'll have to do it.
Yes, you'll have to. You'll be fine. As I said, we're currently working with Gap Better on this, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to hear straight from them now. Obviously, what they found in the services and how it's been effective for them. So yeah.
Hello, how are you?
Stitch up.
Yeah, so well, you pretty much covered it before. We've been working with Adam now for feels like
It's been years, but yeah, on the Jaycar
officially.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and as Adam said, you know, we don't have the time to be worrying about all this stuff. We need to specialise in what we do best. Adam specialises in what he does best, and that's why it complements each other so nicely. So Aaron normally, depending on what promotion's going on, will flick through, 5 key products to Adam. Adam creates the content, and then it's basically just set and forget. So it's allowing us to spend time working on our businesses rather than worrying about, quickly take a photo of something and whack it on Facebook, and then that'll do. And then, what we love about Adam is the fact that he will actually show you the back end of it, of how many likes, and you can actually see the graphing and the real figures on how that is tracking in the back end, on what people are clicking on, what they're seeing, and you actually get a real return on investment and value for money. Just hands down value for money with what he provides. I think is just it's just worth it. It allows us to focus on what we really want to focus on, and then that's running in the background. And there was just so many things, like I say, we didn't have Instagram set up. No. We just had a very basic Facebook page, and just making sure that all of those keywords through SEO, it's all gelling together in one nice unit that we now know that we're ticking every box.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a video of that giveaway? Do you have that video or what?
I could probably download it again. Actually, if anyone wants to see any of these, Getting Better on their Facebook page, by the way, go for it. Go your hardest, you'll see them all there. So,
yeah. But yeah, that's basically it. It's been a godsend really, because it is such a huge thing, and Aaron and myself, marketing's not our forte, and nor do we want it to be. So just having Adam there, it's very approachable on the phone, very quick on the emails, and just he comes up with an idea, and we just roll with it. Some of them can be a little bit harebrained, but it's working, and it's driving customers into our store. The promotion with the printer, we had customers coming in sometimes several times during that day to see what, I think we printed an octopus, we printed a...
Senator, wasn't it?
Minotaur.
Oh, Minotaur, sorry, yeah.
There was a Highland cow and a cane toad.
And
so we'd have people come in first thing in the morning, and we'd just sort of turn on the printer, and then they'd be back again that afternoon just to see the progress, because they wanted to get in and write down what animal it was, and they were sending their kids in, and it was creating so much sort of interest and excitement in the store. But our Jaycar is actually at the back of our store, so they've got to meander through everything else that you have in your shop, and you're getting all those extra add-on sales and extra interest in what else they're looking at while they're in there as well. So yeah, it's a great promo. Worked really, really well. Yeah. Anything else?
No, awesome. Thank you. So, firstly, thank you so much for that, Jodie. It's been a pleasure, but I've got to say it's also been a lot of fun working with you guys. One of the things I love about digital, it is 100% transparent. Now, Jodie touched on this about return on investments and seeing your figures and everything like that. Originally I was actually from APN newspapers, so print media. So I've gone from print media and I've come over to digital. One of the things I didn't like about print media was going around to people and saying, we have a readership of 50,000 and we print this many papers. You don't know, you honestly don't know. With things like Facebook, Instagram, Google, you can do all these handshakes and waves and everything, numbers don't lie, okay? This is the actual campaign that we've done, and you'll notice here, you'll notice here, this is April to August, okay? This is just for Facebook itself, all right? So what actually happened, we were doing their Facebook prior to this with just Getting Better. In the beginning of April, we added the Jaycar onto that. Now, you can see here, total views, 53,918. We increased 458.1 from the previous 144 days, okay? We had a 51.5% increase in follower engagement, okay? Interactions, this was amazing. We had 1,325 interactions, increase 723% from the previous period. Resulting overall, 892 reactions, comments, shares. Shares are brilliant. You guys all know how shares work. The more people that share your content, the better. In saying that, you need to have content that is shareable or likable. So current followers at the moment, we're now sitting at 1,382, 837. Sorry?
Sorry, and that's just by adding Jaycar?
Yes, that is just by adding Jaycar to the mix, okay? So, yeah, once again, I'm a real geek when it comes to numbers, unfortunately. I love this because I can't make this stuff up. And I can say to Jodie, we're doing great. And she's like, okay, she can see it herself. Now, you as store owners actually have your Facebook accounts. You can see this at any stage. One of the other great things I love about digital media, as opposed to other forms of media, you don't have to wait until, say, maybe the end of the month to make a change, or a period of time to make a change. You can make a change on the fly. If things aren't working, we reschedule it. If things are going great, then we still keep going on that same trajectory. So the return on investment is even stronger because you have total control, we have total transparency in what's actually happening, and you can see that it's actually working for you. The other great thing, and this is really important, especially for the Gap Better store, when we actually do our target marketing, we're actually local area target marketing. We're not hitting places in Brisbane, in Sydney, or anywhere else. We're actually targeting our local core market who are our potential customers, okay? You can see the figures here, 58, 9, right the way through. Yeah, okay, we're getting some from Brisbane, but we're getting our main areas, which is Gatton, Toowoomba, Laidley and Plainlands in the target area that we're aiming for. So yeah, so that's Facebook. This one I am massively proud with. This is actually the Google business listing. Now, we officially started an independent Google business listing called Jaycar Authorised Reseller Gatton. That's the actual Google business listing name. We started this up in April, as you can see here with the dates, same time frame. We had, since this has started, 2,835 direct business profile interactions since the beginning of April in Gatton. Now, no disrespect to Jody and Gatton, I'm actually out from that area myself. It's not a huge area, but we've managed to get interactions with it. Why? Here's the thing, there's a lot of people in regional areas or remote areas that do a lot of online searching. That is their first point of reference when they're really looking for products. In the beginning, I asked you the question about, when you're searching, what are you using? That's what your clients, your customers, your potential new customers, that's what they're looking at. Now, if you're not on there, when they do those looking ups or those searches, they're going to go somewhere else, aren't they? So we've been able to actually directly capture these ones through interactions. We actually generated 45 calls from the actual campaign already. It's pretty, considering once again the time frame and where it is, it's great. Website clicks. Now, we don't have a Jaycar website for Gap Better. What we have done though is actually relocated them to the Jaycar reseller locator page. So any of those clicks that are coming through will come straight through to the Jaycar site for us. The other one, impressions served by searches. Do you understand impressions by searches? Whenever you type something in, and Google will actually display a series of searches for you, they are actually impressions. So what actually happens on those is, for those impressions to actually register, someone has to click on them. So it's not just pretty words, it's actually engaging words that actually makes them go that one step further. As we said, this listing was only created in April 2025. Now, anyone who knows the Google realms, it actually does take Google 30 days to learn any new business listings. So 30 days to learn the new listings, and another 30 days to implement it. So normally by the third month, you start seeing some return. We started seeing return on this one within about the first month on that one, so yeah. Really, as we said here, accurately said that these figures are the result of the last 3 months of digital marketing campaign ran across the Google site. And once again, all of these details are available to you at any stage where you can actually look them up and see what people are searching. You can see where they're searching through, whether it's mobiles, desktops. You can actually go in, as we said, directions. There's another interesting one. People actually clicking on that. That then opens up either Waze or Google Maps, depending on what product you're using, and it'll actually take you to the store. It only registers that if you click on that link. So these aren't, as it were, maybe numbers. These are direct, definite numbers. Once again, as I said, numbers can't lie. 100% transparent with that one there, so yeah.
Sorry.
Yes?
Are you able to capture Google reviews, for instance, as part of AdSense?
Yes, we can. Yes, most certainly can.
And why wouldn't you?
We haven't had any just yet. In the 3 months, we haven't had any just yet, but yes, you can capture them. Yes. And what I tend to do with reviews, I'm glad you put this one up actually, I negative gear a review. So whenever we get one, I don't just leave it on the Google page. I'll actually put a post up on your Facebook, Instagram, and the Google page, showing other people what that person thought of your store or that interaction and things like that. It's really interesting when you get somebody else's opinion from an external on your sites. It really does really well. So no, thank you. I feel like I should throw a prize or something. So. Okay, so getting to the pointy end of things. Now, as we said, in your folders and on your USBs, you'll actually have all the pages for the prospectus. This is actually page 8 of it. What we're saying here is we're offering 2 packages here today. We've got a social package and a Google My Business package. Now, these packages can be taken separate or bundled together as an attendee. If you register in the next 7 days, so 7 days from today, I'm actually going to offer a $50 per month discount for the first 6 months of these campaigns. So if you, the Jaycar reseller, takes advantage of the 2 package as a complete bundle. So if you take these 2 packages together as a bundle, I'll actually give you $50 off for the first 6 months. It's actually $300 value off the campaign setup. Okay, what are you getting? Because that's the big thing. What's in it for me? I know that, everyone says it. So the social package. What's actually going to happen here, this is for exclusive use on Facebook and Instagram only. Can I just sideline for a second? These are for Facebook and these are for Google. That doesn't mean that we can't do other things. We can do websites, we can do all other elements to it, but at this point in time, I'm trying to keep this as simple and straightforward to begin with for everybody. So yeah, for exclusive use Facebook and Instagram, we'll actually create 4 product or sale posts per month. We'll do 2 branding posts per month and 2 generic posts per month. So per month it's $279 plus the GST for that package. The Google Business package, same scenario, 4 created posts where be product or sales, 2 branding and 2 generics, and that's also $279. So as I said, if you want to bundle these together, $50 discount, yeah, go up from there. Terms and conditions, always hate these things, but you've got to have them. They are in the prospectus there for you. One of the main things that we do actually say here is a minimum term of 3 months. A lot of people call me crazy for this. I have never once had a contract with any client. I never like to say, you are hard and fast fixed for 12 months or you're hard and fast fixed for this time. Digital marketing is forever evolving, it always changes. I say to people, do 3 months. See what happens at 3 months, and if you start seeing some great, changes, sweet, we keep going. I've got customers that have been with me now for 5+ years. We've never once had a contract. If the numbers are working, I'm delivering, it's delivering for them, it's sweet. So that's the one thing I will say to everybody here. Please don't feel that you're going to be signed up or, firstborns or pound of flesh or something. No, at least they give it a 3-month time frame, you can go from there. A couple of other things just to be noted. In particular, the authorised reseller, being yourselves, we will actually need copies of your logos. Now that can be either in a JPEG, PDF or PNG formats. We will actually need access to your Facebook and Instagram pages. So that's just an admin access for anyone who's aware of those things. Same thing for the Google business listings. We will actually need access to those. Now, once again, if you don't have them, I'm more than happy to assist in setting up those things. And it is probably good, even if you have got them, get in touch with us, because we find a lot of people have still actually got Facebook pages which are actually personal pages masquerading as a business page. And you will notice the difference when you change over to a business page. It works so much better. I suppose the other thing, and I do need to be upfront about this one, we do reserve the right to terminate contract. I know I didn't say we have a contract, but I call it that. If there is an overpayment from 60 days with that, or if there's any misconduct or abuse to any of our staff, okay? We're all professionals. If things happen, please give me a yell. I've had some where they've been a bit on hard times. We can work with each other. At the end of the day, and I'll be very upfront and honest when I say this, I'm in this business to make money. I won't make money unless you make money. So it's my business to make sure your business succeeds. That's pretty much it at the end of the day, so yeah. Okay, so contacts, once again, they are in the books. You can, as Jody said, yeah, you can ring me, you can email us, you can jump on our website. We do actually have a new portal on our website, so if you just go to our website /Jaycar, it's actually a Jaycar client portal, so you can actually go in there for yourself if you have any questions or details at all. So, yeah. Okay, now, what's that?
What's in the cup?
Oh, whose cup's that from?
This one, my spare one.
So everybody, you guys should have some cups there. I don't know if this is cheeky or
Whatever.
your LED printer. I actually printed them on those, the Neptune 4. So
They're a business card. print.
business card you can actually print on an actual. Yeah, it's something a bit different. So if anyone's interested in those, let me know. I'll help you out with it. But of the resellers that are here, you should all have a cup. Do we want to upturn the cup?
Under there.
We are looking for a blue star. Ah, you do.
Birthday boy. Birthday boy.
Come forward. I have something very special for you.
You want a free business card?
Yes. No, I'd like to think this is even better. You've actually won another Elegoo printed, a $500 credit that you can actually use within Saber Digital Solutions. So yeah, you can utilise that for your campaign, if you need websites, if you need any digital marketing elements at all, you can utilise that from there. Runs out.
Okay.
No.
No worries. Well done, mate.
Congratulations. Okay.
Do we have any questions?
Do we have any
Let's start
questions?
from left to right. I'll just make it easier. Greg, Russell? No? Neil? No? Billy? No?
I don't mind.
This is going
I
to be
nibble.
Daniel? Jeff? Going around. King of Roy? No questions? How about Gatton? Has Gatton got a question?
Yes,
Oh,
What made you choose to only use Facebook and Instagram?
for this one.
Yeah, is it just because you want to keep it simple? Is that-
At the moment, yes. Yeah, at the moment, yes. We have the potential to go into Google Ads. We can actually do website, we can do geo-targeting, we can do all of that. That is certainly something we can look at, but I think for the moment, unless we get, I'm a big believer in starting solid foundations. If we don't have a solid foundation to work off, anything we do is just going to be shaky. So,
So if I can also give you an answer to that as well. So we Google, and I run Jaycar's marketing,
Yes.
it's a big one. And Instagram and Facebook are by far the easiest user-friendly. You will get the highest customer interactions with those two almost immediately. And I've spent an obscene amount of money for external people to tell me that exact same thing. And when I don't know if you've seen what we're doing with our digital platform, and I'll be the first to admit everyone 12 months ago I thought this guy's full baloney, but we've now engaged in this digital process, and once you get through the veil of stuff, and it really is terms, SEO, SEM, customer engagement, and it is, as he just said, it's all visible, you can see it. You go down this path and it really opens up really quickly, and we are Instagram focused and Facebook focused because of the demographics who use them, they're our clientele, unlike yours that would be yours. John is on Facebook, his son is on Instagram. That's the easiest way to explain it.
sorry.
You keep referring to Google booklets.
Oh, okay, so this presentation is going to be on the USB sticks we give you this afternoon. So the whole presentation that he's done, plus his offer, there'll be 2 bits in there. So you can take it back to the store and read it. Like, sorry.
No.
I was just going to ask about TikTok because I know Andrew. I know they're big on TikTok. You don't look at TikTok.
I don't. I can see it's got merits, but for the realm of what we're doing here, that's just from what I've said. As I said, I'm a numbers person, so I'll actually work off what actually brings in the most numbers. From what we found so far for Gatton, and this may be different for other destinations, Google was actually our biggest showrunner, without a doubt. People were typing in. When we did the 3D printing campaign in particular, we what was that number? It was bonkers, right? We sat there and we were like, wow. Because people in our area out there were actually looking for things and they couldn't find it. So they're going online and they're doing it. And then all of a sudden a Jaycar store comes up that was nearby and then they went to our Facebook page. So for us in that element, it worked great. I don't know too many people going to TikTok to look up any product or how to do something or things like that. Another one you mentioned earlier before about, you mentioned before about platforms. YouTube is another one as well that people actually go into. Once again, and into it is, and the intro for the start, I just was trying to get it as simple as possible. Jumping.
Will it cost more if you start adding it on, like going to different platforms or
It will, yes.
It will,
So
yeah.
obviously, and okay, here's the thing. When this is making money,
Yeah.
it's easy to spend money. It's harder to spend money when it's not doing anything. So what we would do is obviously look at this scenario and say, okay, this is working really well. Do you want to add this, or this is something you want to do? Yes, it's actually there.
Yeah. Thank you.
Jono? Helen? No? Anything else? Andrew?
No questions?
We haven't got your guru here that does it all better again.
Sorry, yes,
And
okay.
I don't understand if Karen when I asked this. You know how you said that you're looking for in the future, like hey, you do websites and want to start simple now. Are you talking for at one point because obviously we individuals or do you mean yourself business?
No, anyone here, if you need websites, if you need if you need any of these elements, yeah, we can actually assist with those things. Yes,
And
most
you said
definitely.
you could start YouTube and maybe not now just TikTok, but YouTube and everything. Have you yourself used that with other companies?
Yes, I have.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay, so you're familiar with it already?
Oh, yeah. And just for what it's worth, you guys aren't my own clients, 110, I actually deal with a lot of 110 stores, and if anyone's dealt with them, they can be really finicky. So style guides and stuff like that. Yeah, we definitely do a lot of things on YouTube, in particular, especially the DIYs and things like that. So yeah, got a lot of, I've also got pharmacies, I've got solicitors, I've got hairdressers, I've got quite a gamut of clients. One of the things that's great with that is you get a great variety and spectrum with all the marketing that you can actually do. But one of the things I always try to do is actually create things that are unique for different markets. And what you will discover moving forward, what does work, and I find this with my 10 in particular, the metro stores have got a certain marketing campaign that works brilliant. So we come out to the regional stores, it is a completely different kettle of fish. So we actually change their marketing to suit those areas. And as you saw in some of those earlier slides, we're capturing that because we've actually made it very unique to the local area marketing. So yeah.
Any other questions, peoples?
Mark, I've just got a comment. So just if any of you engage with Adam, one of the things is we're very protective of our brand, and we want to make sure that the elements that you're using and the way that it comes across is reflective of what we're looking for in the brand, and potentially what you're looking for in the brand. So if you engage with Adam, certainly talk with Mark and Josh, just to give it a once-over, because there is an obligation on your part that you do respect the marks that you're authorised to use.
Yeah, no, thank you for that. As I mentioned earlier before, I may not have explained it. Yeah, I have a very strict style guide that I have to use with Jaycar Authorised Resellers. I cannot use certain colours, I cannot use certain backgrounds, I cannot place logos and stuff like that. Quite often, yeah, Mark and I have been working a lot where I'll have a hairbrain scheme. Yeah, I'll do this one.
And he'll run it by me, but the style guide is what was shared a while ago so that you knew the platform
Yeah.
rules, right? So there'll be no going outside those rules. He always came to me with everything, so that's style
But yeah,
guide
most
is-
certainly,
that's the-
accountability is a big thing, and that's the whole thing about this brand identity. Yes, we are trying to identify your independent businesses, but predominantly we're actually here to brand and brand awareness for Jaycar Authorised Resellers. So yeah.
But there's nothing stopping you going out doing the authorised reseller this week and next week do better or viral or promos, right? We're not just here just for the authorised. This is so that you can get the whole scope of people coming into your store, which benefits us, benefits him, and it benefits you guys, okay? So it all started from months ago, so it's been a very good campaign for us. It's been amazing, hasn't it, Jamie? So,
Yeah, it has. Yeah.
and I've learned a lot over the last 4 months. So, yeah. Anybody else? All right, how long are you staying for, Evan?
That's probably it. I was just going to
can go.
Bid my thank yous in your juris. Yeah, just if I can say thank you so much for the time. It has actually been a privilege and an honour to be able to represent not just myself but our company and potentially what we can do for you. And yeah, hopefully we can do something for you. So yeah, you've got my details there. If there's any further questions, do not hesitate to give us a call, send us an email, whatever. Otherwise, all the best and yeah, thank you.